an agent,
All right.
if you
We
will.
are live, by the way. I just went live. Don't worry.
Hey.
Welcome.
Chaos. What?
Blood.
Let the chaos.
Blood.
Blood for the blood god. Blood for the
Blood's
blood
for the
god.
Yeah,
scalp.
you think the blood god would have enough blood, you know? Like, does the blood god really need more blood?
Yeah, he is known as like the god of just the right amount of blood.
Like,
My favorite part about Korn is that he is the single most powerful chaos god and just doesn't care about beating the other three.
welcome to the
In-
Warhammer podcast.
Yeah.
Today, we're talking about War Boys.
We all know that Slanesh is secretly the most powerful, as all of the sins power them directly.
That's right.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
It's 4.5. So, actually, really quick, remember that guy that I said might be joining us, and then he backed out like a week before he would have joined? Yeah. Okay, he was telling me about these. He met a boy, and dude, it was like
Ooh.
he was like the meme. He was like the meme. He was like, I remember him telling me about all these wonderful things about Warhammer, and then he's like, he's telling me about the horse heresy.
Oh yes, that's delightful.
Horse heresy. It sent me
The horse
the
heresy.
horse heresy.
Yeah.
Which
Well, we all know that the Emperor learned gravity magic so he could ride his horse.
okay, Quint just gained a level.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Long rest first. Until then, boss fight. So
Is the horse heresy the My Little Pony version
That's
of
right.
40K?
Oh, it's so good.
that's right.
So
Correct. It only took us 20 episodes to get a My Little Pony reference. Congratulations, guys. Oh, no,
Yeah.
it's episode 21.
Good. Oh, gasp.
Oh, not bad.
So, congratulations, guys. We there. We did it.
Heck yeah.
21 episodes. Which reminds me, what
All
happened
right.
on our last one?
Last time on Pathfinder, we began to explore the fortress we'd found underneath the town. Tazik downed an extract before beginning to go from room to room, being a little bit more brash than he normally would be. We found a room with a fireplace, and Morgan discovered a coin in the fireplace. And then the next room over, Tazik discovered a shadowy creature that began to attack. Tazik shot it, and then Morgan took a turn in intimidating the shadow. It reached out and touched her, which caused her to feel weaker. And then Eldon gave it the 50,000 volt handshake, and it popped. We discovered an old chest in that room with a nameplate for Dusty, which we assumed was the thing that we deadited. And we got a pouch full of gems and coins, the scrolls of Cat's Grace, a scroll of Inflict Light Wounds, a potion of Shield of Faith, and a potion of Stabilize. The last one might come in handy this battle. We'll see. The next room showed nearly nothing. And it was a giant room of rotting food. And then the next few rooms were progressively nothing, and then something. And it looks like it was cleaned, occupied recently, and the footlocker read E. Oscar on it, which we assumed was the mysterious letter writer E.O. from the previous 2 sessions ago, I think it was. There was a set of Tazik picked the lock with the help of Quint's lock-picking set, and there was a set of navigational tools inside, a rolled-up piece of parchment, and a few books and a spyglass contained within. We examined them, but we put them back and closed it up and didn't steal from it yet. I mean, that's still on the table. Quint explained a little bit of his esoteric actions relating to the princess and the things that he does regarding that. We felt it was a little bit odd, but that's okay. We didn't judge. Like, to each their own. We're totally not part of a cult at
no
all.
cults here.
It's
Of
all
course
good.
not. No.
We pray a lot.
Yeah. We got through the lower area, then returned to the entryway and discovered that another swarm of spiders was beginning to coalesce. So we started to engage it, and Eldon zapped it with an aggressive thundercloud, and it died pretty aggressively. And we discovered a cell block and found a couple of skeletons. One had a shadow in the same cell as it, and the shadow didn't seem aggressively angry towards us. It did try to reach out and touch us, but it didn't get angry until Tazik kicked its hand, and then it started getting pissed off. So we re-deaded it real good, and then We followed the corridor down towards a set of bars and a arena behind the bars, and then another stairwell heading up. So we followed the stairwell up, deciding not to try forcing the bars just yet. And we discovered tables strewn with gold, some platinum, some silver, some copper on 3 different tables. We discovered a fancy hat sitting on one of the corners of the chairs, and also discovered a full-size mural to Besmara and her pirate captains, of which I believe some of the pirate captains were scratched
all
out.
except Besmara.
Yes, that was it, all except Besmara. And then we also found a lever to open the bars to the arena below, so we hit the lever, circled back around, went through the bars into that room full of a giant pile of like weapons and detritus and stuff like that. As Eldon and Tazik were heading into that room, Quint and Morgan took a second to say a silent prayer to Besmara and or not so silent, but give their respects to Besmara at the mural, and then they followed us in. We found a cell that was occupied and went over to speak to the occupant. The man in the cell asked for water, so Quint provided, and Tazik grew his tail in order to pass the cup to the occupant. The occupant drank and said, "Watch for the spider." And then we heard a rumbling from behind us, and a giant mechanical spider began to arise out of the detritus, and the battle began.
Rightio, and we bring us to this tall, it's not that bad. It's only about 8 feet tall. So I think towers over all of you.
Oh yeah.
And
2.5
What
the
kind
size.
of knowledge am I using to find
knowledge
this out?
arcana.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's not my worst. I'll take it. 11 for 19.
13 for an
Alright.
18.
All right, with a 19 and an 18, you guys do recall some stories of seeing these creatures. Expensive bodyguards. They are built by few and adored by many and feared by the rest. What stands in front of you is what is known as a Cutlass Spider. A creature made of discarded weapons and the wrecks of pirate ships and various others. It usually serves as a bodyguard, but have been known to be assassins or enforcers. Really just loved by powerful pirates.
Balls.
Yeah.
I'm not explicitly familiar with this creature, but this is not gonna be a good time. I have a sneaking suspicion.
Because you've identified it, so I believe that means you actually know its strengths and weaknesses, right? You should know some of its defensive abilities.
There's a level, there's a DC for that to know more about it. There's a DC to identify and a DC to know more about it. Quick check here. Monster lore. DC of the check
for
is
every
a
5
particularly
points
rare
by which
monster.
your check result exceeds the DC, you recall another piece of useful information.
Yeah.
Of which neither of you exceeded by 5. So
Yeah.
y'all know what you're fighting, but you don't know much about it.
Bad, very bad.
So I believe I can say those wonderful words that every D&D player loves to hear. Roll for initiative, please.
If you insist.
Okay.
Exactly.
This is not the time to be impatient.
You feeling hasty?
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
Yes. Oh Jesus, Morgan.
Ooh.
All good. Oh, good.
And of course, Morgan is
Good,
looking
good.
so much stronger than all of us, but she's got some like real strength damage from her encounter with the shadows.
She's still
earlier.
stronger than all of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
She's still
she could lift us all with one hand.
monstrously stronger than all of us. Yeah. Okay.
I think-
Great.
Lift and run.
No, not quite. Morgan's almost at the point of being as strong as the 3 of you combined.
That's great.
Almost.
Almost.
She's a few points off. But anyway, well, with the creature standing before you, towering over, you see its two little red eyes glowing in the dim as it kind of sizes you up, and it takes a teetering step forward. You notice that its feet are tipped with razor sharp cutlasses that just kind of tink into the stone as it comes closer, and it riles up onto its back four legs and swings down with a huge like bear hug motion with its two bladed feet coming towards, I believe, well, that's gonna be, let me roll for it, Quint.
Yeah, bring it on. What the fuck is this shit?
At least if Quint takes the damage, it doesn't hit lifelink.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Yep,
Wait a minute.
That's it's the most efficient method of damage I could think of.
All right. So can't move.
True. No middleman. No extra steps.
Exactly.
Stop.
Oh,
Yes.
Halfling
Ooh.
luck
Let's go.
strikes again.
Spectacular.
Let's go.
Oh.
That's
That
a
is a
start. That is a
start.
start.
Well, it's okay because it has a bite attack.
It's big and it's clumsy. Oh god.
Oh, it has two claws. That was only one claw attack.
Oh gods.
So it gets another one of those.
Do it up,
Ruh-roh.
man. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
Is that against
Lord,
Quinn?
that-
That's against AC. Or flat-footed because you have an act.
that's a
That's a
That's a natural
flat-footed.
4.
Good point. Did we not see this thing slowly building up over several rounds?
It was
if
a
not,
single
it's cool.
round.
I could
So
be
you know what?
Cool.
Yeah, you guys did watch it build up. You did have a full standard action to prepare yourselves. So fine against your regular AC. Let's do that.
Is that your
Does that
final?
mean I can cast a spell?
What's that?
I mean, I can get a true strike off.
I think so.
Okay, good.
Why not?
All right.
In the, not quite surprise round, but close enough.
I'm not going to push my luck, and I will accept the beautiful gift from the DM. And you see, with the 16, it collides with Quint, like with his armor, but he manages to twist in such a way that most of the weight hits the tile behind him, and technically it missed.
All right. Technical miss. That's all right. That's all right. We'll take it to.
Gotta love it.
Oh, it probably helps if I hit begin combat. We'll take it to Tazik.
Excellent. Well, y'all know it's coming.
I think the spider has one more bite, though.
It does. Doesn't mean it's going to use it
Okay.
now.
That's
Don't
fair.
worry. This thing has more health than all of you guys combined.
Sounds good.
One of these, and it is getting.
Uh-oh. Am I lagging?
We're hearing you, okay?
That's my video look.
Video looks all right.
It looks great.
All right.
Like an extra.
So-
Everybody else's video is frozen. That's a little awkward.
Yikes.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a 39 to hit its touch AC for 8 points of damage.
What did he say?
You cast True Strike.
Oh, True Strike.
Yep.
True Strike.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh yeah.
My brain just short circuited
Yeah.
for a second there.
True Strike.
I'm not that good yet. Just wait.
Excellence.
If I can figure out a way to put intelligence into my attack roll as
Okay,
well.
so that
we'll see.
was 5 energy damage, 3 weapon damage.
Bludgeoning and
Excellent.
piercing.
So the bullet ricochets off the creature's body kind of effortlessly, but the spark of flame left behind, you do see burns its husk ever so slightly.
Alrighty then.
Nice.
And I'm just going to reload, and that's going to be my turn.
Don't forget you have your slippers of spider climb on as well.
Oh, I do have those
Yeah,
on
hope-
still.
Unless they take an action to activate, they
they-
might actually.
Don't think they do.
Uh.
They might. That's actually a good point.
Command words usually don't.
That's right. This was a command word, right? Crawl.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it was.
Maybe. I'm fuzzy on that rule. Magic
Just
items.
slippers can be used for 10 minutes per day, split up as the wearer chooses. Minimum 1 minute per use. It doesn't
Doesn't
specify.
say anything about. Yeah, no. I'll say it's a free action to activate them.
Okay.
Activating a command word magic item is a standard action,
Oh.
does not provoke.
Okay.
So standard action to
Interesting.
activate.
Okay.
Cool.
So you could standard activate them and then move.
Yeah.
Just walk
Start
up onto the
walking.
ceiling and just rain hell down upon the spider that hopefully doesn't have a natural climb speed.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't.
I mean,
It's a spider.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
Hope.
It's metal and wood. I'm sure it doesn't. I'm sure it has nothing.
Oh, wait, I'm a silly goose. It didn't need to move at all to attack you guys. It has 10 feet of reach.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, does it have reach? Yeah.
So that would have been the accurate place for it to attack you.
Cool.
Yeah, I was
That-
afraid of that.
That feels right. Ugh.
Always forget large-sized creatures, big reach.
Oh yeah.
if it didn't move, then I'd do a 5-foot
Yeah.
step to here.
All right. Tazik, that was your turn.
was my turn.
Excellent.
5-foot step to there. So Tazik, you did that at the end of your turn.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
that puts you.
If it
Yeah, that
did-
does put you in its range.
I know, but I have a higher AC than both of you.
What a hero.
That's actually probably very
He just
true.
has to run faster than the slowest person. Eldon.
Don't give away my
I am the
plans.
slowest person.
Don't give away my plans.
Eldon's survival tactic. We leave.
I am the slowest person until I do something. Oh, I'm loading something into my gun that's special,
Oh,
by the
dear.
way. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when we do the next.
That's a. It's
it be
man's
written
coming
down.
out here with like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That's a surprise tool we'll use for later.
That'll help
Oh
us later.
dear. Oh, please don't sue me, Disney.
do
All right, Eldon.
it.
Okay.
Oh, come on. How much PR would we get for being sued by
Go.
That'd
Disney?
be
Can
great.
you afford lawyers to fight Disney?
Nope.
Nah. Not hardly. All right. Well, Eldon's gonna 5-foot step back, because that's a good idea here, and then we're going to go with just like before. Yeah, we're gonna go with the swirling cloud of doom, and we're gonna throw down an aggressive thundercloud that I'm gonna need to draw because I can move it around. Let me see if I can just do this quickly.
Yeah, hold on, I can give you something here. Here.
Yeah, just give me a 1 square token if you could.
We'll use this guy, and then if I believe I can change owner on him. I think.
Okay, cool.
Okay, stop that. Go away. And I want configure ownership. There we go. And then Eldon is now an owner. So there you go. You should be able to move that dude now.
Great.
No.
Negative. Oh wait, I'm on. Hold on, I'm still
Okay, we'll
on
try
drawing.
that
Hold
one,
on. Let's get off drawing. Well, hold on. No, okay. Negative on that guy.
It says you're the owner. Why can't you?
Oh wait, that's still drawing.
There
Okay,
you go.
hold on.
Okay.
There we go. I got him. I
Success.
got him. Okay, yeah. So it's gonna spawn the cloud in this tile, which, because it's in a square with a creature, it will stop moving and it will deal 3d6 electrical damage.
Excellent.
Which I forgot to figure out how to add my damage to this spell because it doesn't do it on its own. So I have to do 3d6 plus 3 because of my stuffs. Plus 1 per die, is that right? I think that's right. Double check my ability here. Blood Havoc. Plus 1 point of damage per die rolled. Yep, that's the one. So the reflex DC 18 is for half damage.
DC 18 reflex. Okay.
Yep.
Have.
And that is 19 electrical damage. Halved, if it makes
Very
sense.
nice.
Oh, I don't like
I
this
like.
at all. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
I very
no.
much like that.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So that's 19 damage. It provides concealment to anything within it. So yeah, the spider doesn't fit within it. So there's no concealment or blinding effect going on. Because the spider can just kind of like lean and it's out of the
Alright.
cloud. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that will be Eldon's
That was
turn.
tasty. Quint.
All right. Well, Quint is kind of backing up. He sees this gigantic, rickety monstrosity just wailing around, and he barely managed to avoid getting hit from just sheer blind luck. So he kind of, I think he is going to cowardly hop back 5 feet, 5-foot step. And he'll kind of look over to Morgan and say, I kind of wish you opted to have a better offering, but either way, I'm sure the princess will provide. So, and he's gonna bless real quick. So everyone is blessed, and otherwise, that's Quint's turn. Everyone's doing pretty good. We're good this first round. Good job, everyone. Round of applause. We got
Morgan.
this.
Assuming
can't
that was
remember
Quint's turn,
it-
sorry. Okay.
Yes, 100%.
I can't remember if Morgan had her torch out at this point still, or no.
That's up to you.
From before.
You said you pulled it out during your encounter
Probably,
with
yeah.
with second
The second shadow,
which
right?
was-
Yeah.
I guess you guys did go all the way up, and I mean that. I don't know. I would say she probably still had it out. Morgan's jumpy.
Okay. Yep. She likes her
We're also
likes her
exploring
torches.
underground dark. Not too dark, but still.
Lit torch Morgan. That's what they call her.
Yeah. Pyro Morgan.
Lit torch pirate Morgan. Esquire,
Torch Pyro Morgan.
MD.
the cowboy.
Okay, and remind me, the door behind Morgan, did that close or
It's
is that
still open, but it's you have to.
We
crawl
crawled under it. We crawled under it.
Morgan
Yeah.
just
The small
runs.
the small characters kind of could walk right through it, but we could only crawl under it, Morgan and I. Blessings.
Blessings of Akatosh upon you.
Is Morgan able to roll perception to identify if there's any weak spots?
I would assume so. That would be using a skill as a standard action. So that would be your turn.
Is that or I'm throwing a torch at it?
Porque, it's made of wood. Why not?
I've got torches to spare.
Intentionally searching for stimulus is a
It's a move
move
action,
action.
okay.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah,
you
for
go. You could use
perception,
a
but
yeah.
tomato.
You can use a move action.
An action.
So you can do
regardless.
both. You can actually throw the torch at it and use a move action to find a weak spot.
All right, so I'll do the move action first
All right.
then, in that case.
Ooh, with an 18 to your perception.
18.
The creature towering above you is just like a mishmash of moving parts. You don't see much by way of anything that appears weaker structurally than the rest, but you do see that there is its abdomen is primarily made of wood, while the rest of its while its legs seem to lean towards more towards the metals.
Okay. Well, Morgan is going to throw her torch. Actually, oh wait, no. Because that'd be 2 actions.
Oh, because you used your move action, so now you can use a standard action to throw the torch.
Yeah. Because I have multiple torches. That's why I'm like, do I light a second one?
Yeah,
I'm
that
assuming
would
you
have to
probably
wait
have a
next turn.
sword out, or maybe you don't actually. I don't know.
There was a point where she had both her
Yeah,
gun
Pistol
and
She had
sword.
both
or
of them.
something. Yeah.
and then she switched for the torch.
Because you're throwing the torch, so it's an improvised weapon. So would that be a range attack at -4?
Yes. Is it considered engaged in melee because it can
I
reach
think
Tazak?
so. I think rules is written it's in melee. So it's, but then like, does it really have
Reach
partial?
melee's weird.
Because I couldn't give it partial coverage over.
Well, I don't think precise shot has to do with cover though. Because all it says is opponents engaged in melee, right? But what qualifies engaged in melee? Do they both have to threaten each other, or is it just one threatening the other?
Yeah, let's see here.
Two characters are engaged in melee if they are enemies of each other and either threatens the other.
So yes,
if it threatens Tazik, it's engaged in melee.
Also, technically, I have reach to threaten.
Oh, he does
right,
have
with
his
your
reach
giant tail.
Well. Yes, Tazik does start with his tail.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either way, yeah. So it'd be at a
-8 to hit him with the torch.
And it'd be a dex base roll for the throw.
Which you have a penalty for the full armor.
Yeah.
No,
not to dex based attacks. She's proficient with the
right.
armor, so it's just that she doesn't have a lot of dex.
Yeah.
So your best bet, if you want to use your torch as a weapon, which, as your DM, I'm gonna say probably isn't the best idea. You're probably better off using something with a little more boom and a higher damage output.
Strength damage.
Factual. That's
true.
still yeah.
Well, she does have a pistol.
Which would be to its touch.
Yep. Which is loaded with screaming bullets, I think.
Which is a bonus to intimidate.
Yeah.
But can this thing be intimidated is the question. I was going to
Only one way
say
to find
probably
out.
not.
Yeah.
You could try. You could do that with a standard
certainly
action.
Try.
Yeah, I was going to say you can certainly try. Either way, Morgan is going to shout over to everyone else. Aim for the stomach. It's primarily wood. Just so everyone's kind of aware of it.
That's the only part of it I can see.
That's all that matters. And yeah, you know what? I'm going to try using one of these screaming bullets on
All
it.
right.
And now the question is, do I need to do anything in here? I guess I just roll a single attack, right? But is there anything that I need to add?
Nope.
Still -4.
Yeah,
precise
because
shot.
it's still in melee.
It's actually in melee with you as well, so you would provoke if you did a ranged
yeah, it
attack.
is too.
Oh, shoot.
So you can take a 5-foot step
You do a 5 foot.
to here.
Up or left,
Well,
or that way, yeah.
Yeah. And if we start circling around it, we
Start
can probably
flanking it.
get some flanking bonuses.
That requires getting into melee.
Well,
I'll not be going.
No.
I mean, you got your boarding pike. You could put away what's in your hand and, well, pull that out. I think that's, well, no, it'd be a standard to pull it out. You could
You can
drop what's in your hand.
and pull out,
And
as
then-
part of your move action, you can pull out a weapon. So if you
yes.
Which you used your move action already.
Perception.
Yeah.
Right.
So standard, it would be, you could burn your standard action to pull out your boarding pike.
And then you'll be...
if you use your free action to drop your torch.
That, I think, is actually the play, because the boarding pike's a two-handed weapon, you actually get 1.5 strength, which will help mitigate the strength damage that you've taken.
Might be the only play.
Oh, and you get brace and reach. Oh, love these things. Boarding pikes are fantastic.
Yeah, brace in a 40-foot room.
When
it takes
works,
a
it works.
5-foot step back and it charges right at you.
Oh, God. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that. Getting out the boarding pike.
Excellent.
I don't think retrieving a stored item provokes.
I don't. I'll say it doesn't, for the sake of like not getting attacked every time you try to do something.
Yeah.
You literally breathe within melee range of an enemy, and they can attack you.
It's kind of how they work, dog. It's kind of what it's for.
So in this case, she's
Yeah,
drawing
no.
a weapon, right?
Drawing a weapon,
I
it depends where she's got
I could
it,
see
right? 'Cause
squinting
she-
at it the other way. Yeah.
You sneeze in its general direction, and it impales you upon its proboscis.
As it should,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
right?
Okay, so you drop the torch, and you draw your weapon,
Yep.
and you take. Oh no! Can you? Oh, so You used your move action, so I don't think you can take a 5-foot step. Is that how that works? Because you can't do both.
You can do a
She
5
hasn't
foot step.
moved
She
yet,
hasn't moved.
So, okay. So you can
no other
still
movement. Yeah, she could
you'll
still
be
5 foot
stepping
step.
out of melee.
But if she 5 foot steps, she's stepping out of range of her
So,
boarding
yeah.
pike too, because her boarding pike has
Yeah,
the
so you're in
same
a
range
pretty
as
good
the
spot
spider.
where you are. You and Tazik
You could attack.
are
and
beautiful
5-foot step.
frontliners with just like you guys are perfectly protecting your squishies.
Yes, you could 5 foot step.
Perfectly protecting them.
It's delightful. Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
can't
Tazik
see
the,
any situation where
front
we're
line
exposed.
Actually,
gunslinger.
wait for the spider to move.
Yeah,
Unless
they should.
it takes a 5-foot step, for the spider to move, it would provoke an attack of opportunity from Tazik.
Yes,
Both of
from
them.
both of them. Both of
That's
them.
right.
Yeah.
And I do more than 1 damage.
All right, that'll bring us to Cutlass Spider. Oh dear.
Ooh, I wonder what it'll do.
All right,
Oh no.
Did Morgan attack
could
it?
not attack it. Guess you're just pulling
Oh,
out a
I'm
weapon.
sorry.
Yeah, she drew a weapon.
All right, so Tazik, you're standing closest to it. You know what that means, right?
Yes.
You are
AC of
subject to
22.
its first claw attack with an AC of 22. Love to see it.
Yep. God love the mutagen.
Hmm.
Not quite enough, but
So-
that's okay.
How much mutagen do you got left? Because you were running low as we were coming through here, right?
Yeah, I'm probably at the last minute of it.
How long did it last? About 20 minutes? You guys did
20
hustle
minutes, yeah.
pretty hard. Those combats were over pretty quickly. Yeah, I would agree to the last minute, I think. I think that's reasonable. I'm just going to start an IRL timer.
1 minute of real playtime.
That is the one big problem is you could run it as an IRL timer and then it would be done in the first combat.
All right, now the second claw attack.
Mm.
Ooh.
That
Whew.
one's gonna miss.
Whew. Okay.
I've taken the
And
7 already.
I think Morgan's going to try to get bitten here.
The bite has reached 2. Yikes.
Does an 18 hit you, Morgan?
Nope.
He's wearing full
I would
blades,
be
so
Yeah,
very
hopefully
no.
not.
upset if
Hopefully
it did,
not.
to be honest. You and I are going to have some serious words behind the scenes being like, how are you in full plate? And an 18 hits you. Did you dump your dexterity when I wasn't looking?
She wanted more skill points.
Tazik.
Tazik is going to shoot it with a flare cartridge,
That, I figured that was something special.
but I'm going to probably have to 5-foot step back to do so.
Yep.
Otherwise, I provoke.
Don't want to do that.
So I'd rather not take extra
Don't worry,
damage.
it's
from
not like it
this
has
thing.
combat reflexes.
Yeah, I worry about that.
Oh, wait, I could be power attacking with
No
this thing.
strong.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, come on, where did I do that? I am going to did it not carry over, or
And don't forget you're blessed.
I think I did forget that I was blessed.
Oh. It's a good thing that Quint is such a devout
Turn on the
follower of
blast.
Besmara.
It's so devout.
Oh,
This is
darn
a
it.
pirate game. You mean there's other deities than Besmara?
Nah.
No,
Um,
no. I do
What
not
could they
allow this.
possibly have to offer?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to drop my musket and draw my dragon pistolet from my
And bottomless bandolier.
endless bandolier, and use that to shoot instead because A, it didn't save my flare cartridge, and B, it's just slightly better, I think,
Why not?
long term. But I am out of alchemical shots, oops, so
Oh no.
Oh
I
no.
have to.
Oh no.
no. Pause.
One second, let me see if I can do. Yeah, can we do a rest here?
Yeah. Time out. Time out.
I just will check deadly aim because this one doesn't actually get an attack roll.
And it does.
I mean, would it work? It's a cone that just automatically does damage.
No, it still does an attack roll against each one in the
Yeah,
cone.
scatter
No,
weapons.
Dragon's Breath doesn't do an attack roll.
Yeah, dragon.
Yeah, scatter
Let me
weapons
just-
do, but Dragon's Breath
Dragon's
is
Breath
different,
is,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Basically,
Dragon's
just
Breath.
like Dragon's Breath is the Pathfinder equivalent to a flamethrower.
Yeah,
It's basically
yeah.
burning hands the bullet.
yeah. Non-magical flame deals. Instead of a normal attack roll, a non-magical flame deals 2d6 points of fire damage to all targets within the cone. DC 15 reflex save for half. These cartridges cannot be used in firearms that don't have the scatter weapon quality because the ammunition forces a saving throw instead of making an attack roll. The misfire rules are slightly different. You roll a 1 with either of the damage dice the firearm misfires.
Oh, you roll a 1 on 2 6s.
But it's also one of those.
Let's go.
I am good. So it's 9 points of fire
or
damage.
20
from
for
the
half,
cone.
or 15 for half.
I'm sure I can. 15 for half, yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a natty 16.
So, it's okay. I'm reloading the
Don't
gun
worry,
with something
guys.
different this
Don't
time.
worry. Don't feel too bad. It's good. You'll be fine. Eldon.
Yeah.
Okay. Move action. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it didn't move out of the thundercloud.
Well, I have to,
Right,
but
I forgot
it
about
only triggers damage when it moves into a square that's owned by a creature. So as a move action, I'm going to shift it 5 feet to the right and trigger the damage again.
That's cool.
So that will be another 11 with
18
another
for
18
half.
for half.
Big roll. Come on. Close enough. So what was that there? That was.
Okay, 11 more electrical damage.
Oh,
Damn, that was a low roll.
I
All right.
took 4 fire and then 11 electrical.
oh, dude, I promised lethality of this thing, and here you are just melting it. Whew.
Okay, and then that was a movement action to do that. So as a standard action, Eldon is going to target the 2x2 square the spider is standing on and cast Grease.
Ooh.
Nice.
There, I will draw the square. That square is
That
greased.
square is greased. Now, if I remember correctly, though, because it has 8 legs, it's difficult to get it to fall.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. But it's also difficult for it to move around, which is it's less
More
about
about-
falling, more about hindering it getting around a little bit.
Yes.
A creature can walk within or through the area of grease at half normal speed with a DC 10 acrobatics. Failure means it can't move that round, and then must then make a reflex save or fall, while failure by 5 or more means it falls.
Interesting.
Yeah. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast must make a successful reflex save or fall. I don't remember if it gets a buff to that save or what, but
Because it has so many legs, just naturally it's difficult to trip. But this isn't being tripped. This is being greased.
yeah.
I'm sure there's an errata
I'm sure.
somewhere for it.
Well, for now, let's see.
Mhm.
Well, if I just search up quadruped.
I think the roll is like a +4 for every 2 additional legs they have, or something.
Yeah, or something. There's a bonus
that's
to
CMD.
there's a bonus to CMD,
About
but I don't know
reflex.
about to reflex saves to fall.
I mean, in theory, all the legs are
Yeah.
equally slippery.
I've seen
Slippery.
plenty of spiders slip around on grease.
I mean,
it's
it is
hilarious.
walking around on
True.
like sword
True.
blades.
Man's out here spitting facts. And what was the reflex? The DC.
So DC of that, why I don't know why there was no DC attached to that. DC should be
First level
pause.
spell. So
10, 11 plus my thing, so 16.
oh dear. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, you're a joker. You're a joker.
go. Let's go.
Oh,
Perfect.
shit.
Joker. So bad. Bad. So let's see.
Darn. I'm sad I'm not closer because I can't attack my
Where
opportunity
is
yet.
my Staggered, squeezing.
Yes, Morgan is still in range if it tries
Morgan
to
can
stand
definitely
up.
get a free attack.
When it tries to stand up, which is nice. So that's my standard and my move. I am also going to take a 5-foot step to the right, huddle up with Quint, and give Tazik a little more space in case he's got some action.
Well, this one says entangled, or not entangled, exhausted, but whatever. We'll just say that's. Oh no, because that's actually going to change its stats. Pinned, paralyzed, prone. There we go. There's a prone button. Beautiful. All right, that brings us to Morgan. You now have a prone 8-foot tall spider. Get him.
Get him.
Lovely.
Get him.
Get him, Morgan.
All right,
You could do it.
Get him with the boarding pike.
here goes nothing.
You can do it.
Let your rage flow through you.
+4 for prone.
Okay, so that would
For attacking
be
against prone. Well, it's a -4 to his AC because
So,
it's technical.
13 to hit, -4 to AC.
Also, what's your strength, Morgan?
She still has a
Currently-
-5.
Yeah, she got
Then-
5 damage, which means she's got a -2.
Yeah.
Yep.
To her strength mod. But is your strength normally 4? Because it should be 1.5
strength
times
should
with
be
your. Or no,
damage
that's
only, yeah,
damage
not
only.
the hit.
Sorry, not
Yeah.
accuracy. Damage only.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. True.
Yeah. Okay.
Woof.
So, 13
So
against
13 against
prone.
prone.
So 13. Morgan, in your excitement, you bring your boarding pike down as you stab into the ground, and the creature's leg just slips out of the way, and you end up tinking onto the greased floor beneath it. Which brings us to
Okay.
the spider's turn. Unless Morgan, you have more to do.
Nope.
Did we skip
Did we?
over Quint's turn?
Oh,
I think
was
we
before
did.
Morgan, right?
Yeah, Quint
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have much. I should have noticed. I didn't have much I could do, to be honest. Quint kind of is looking at the situation and says, "Hey, buddy, I want to scurry over there, but I don't think I'm quick enough. That thing's still gonna swipe at me." Well, and I guess he will take a 5-foot step. Whoops. And then that's yelling at me. Sorry. He's taking a 5-foot step to there. And he's going to draw his light crossbow. He can't really do much in this situation, but he'll get it at the ready. And I guess he'll use a move action to load it. And that's move action, draw the crossbow, move action, load it. I don't think I can draw it with my 5-foot step. I don't think it quite works that way. And that's Quint's turn. He's gonna be like, great job, Tazik and Morgan. Tazik especially. My God, you could dodge like a motherfucker. Oh boy, I'm not a fan of
All
this
right.
thing.
So it's was it acrobatics to stand up?
No, I think it's. Well, yeah, I guess if it's trying to move in the grease, it's a DC 10 acrobatics, which I'm pretty sure it can't even
Yeah, no, it
fail.
cannot fail.
So yes, it gets to stand, which would provoke
so
from
he's-
Morgan. And that would be
Morgan
its
gets
move.
another shot.
alrighty.
I'm a little challenged. Sorry, Tazik, you heal 5 points as well, and you see
Oh,
Quint.
yes.
Yeah, he kind of looks over and he's
I
like,
accidentally took him out.
I can do this at least.
because I'm smart. Took him out of combat. Pressed the wrong button.
nice.
What did we say it was? 22.03.
22. Yeah.
So he stands up, and that provokes an attack of opportunity from Morgan, who can take a swing at him. Ooh,
Yep.
Ooh, very nice.
23.
That's what we like to see.
Love
Oh,
to see
Morgan,
it.
you do a wondrous job here, taking a solid chunk. You rip off parts of its armor, and its hull is exposed. You see little bits of metal kind of loosely fastened together as your boarding pike deals a solid amount of damage, but not as much as you would think. And that'll
That's what I thought.
bring us to. Ooh, yeah, no. Now the Cutlass Spider gets to. So standing up was its standard action. So now it gets to move.
Move action, I think, right? No, it was move action. It's move
So
action.
now
to
it gets
stand.
its standard action,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
gives us Morgan,
Yeah.
who has just earned its ire standing within melee range. Morgan, are you feeling lucky?
Depends.
Let me just look up a quick rule here. Let me just double check something here really quickly.
Hunch Morgan pops a hero point and does a 5-foot step, and Quint gets all the attacks.
Yep. Pew pew pew. Overwatch. Pew pew.
Yeah.
Okay. One last thing I'm checking here. All right. So Morgan.
Ooh.
Does a 27 and a 26 hit you?
Boy.
They do.
That is
Ouch.
21 damage from the claws.
Ooh.
Which
Morgan, that's the first time you've been hit, right?
Yep.
it's okay.
Perfect. Oh, that's brutal.
We're not done yet.
Good.
Fight time.
You know what? Hold on. Let me double check. Do I?
You asked us before. You asked us
Don't
at the
be a
start.
wimp.
Don't be a
Do
wimp.
it.
Come on.
Do
Yeah.
it.
You
Do
asked
it.
us.
Pull your punches
Don't let your
with
dreams be memes.
All right.
a giant spider made out of
All
swords
right.
and driftwood.
No punches pulled. That's not gonna hit though. Oh, 22. That does.
Yeah.
It does hit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
31
Oof,
damage.
ouch.
It's a
Hey,
boss fight.
it's a boss fight.
And that, for the record,
What
the
we're here
damage
for.
wasn't what I was considering. It's something else you guys will find out next turn. Tazik,
Oh god.
it's your go, buddy.
Yes. Youch. I am going to. Oh, that might not be worth it. Oof. What did I? Sorry.
I'm so concerned. When Tazik is quiet for long periods of time, bad things happen to my characters.
Good things happen. That's what we like to see.
Um,
Man is in the tank.
I mean, this is worth it for the chance. Yeah. So Tazik's going to take a shot at it with his dragon pistol, but it's not a normal shot. From the end of his the pistol, you see this weird black and brown like substance shoot out from it, and it. I have to roll a cone attack for it. Single attack. Whoops, wrong one. Attack. Did I not set that right? Hold on, 1 second. Doing too many different things, and it just.
Got to toggle all those features.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
It's intense.
I'm scared.
Well, the problem is sometimes I toggle them, and then it doesn't take
Yeah.
for the next session or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
So I got to go back in, toggle it
Yeah.
again. Here we go. So it only takes half damage. So it's is that automatically half damage? I think it might be. So it's a 19 to hit its touch AC.
Okay, so you hit its touch, of
Yeah.
course. So it takes. Okay, yeah. Tell me what
So-
happens to my poor.
Takes
Okay.
4 points of damage, and it gets this goopy, tangly mess on it. And it's hit with an entangling shot, and it has to make a DC 15 reflex save, or become entangled for 2d4 rounds.
Entangling shot. Okay, hold on.
And it's not a CMB or a CMD or anything
Just a
like that. It's just a
reflex
reflex save.
Okay, hold on. Okay, whatever. Deals half damage. Hit by a cone. Okay. But any creature hit by the okay, so it does get hit by it. Perfect. I just wanted to double check wording because getting hit and getting damaged by are two separate things.
Yeah.
So that would be 2 damage, and it wouldn't have done. I'm assuming out of game knowledge is that it has ability
All right,
not to do
so
damage.
we're getting. You said what was it? DC 50 reflex.
DC 15.
Oh, I don't want to look at this.
Yeah.
I don't want to work.
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
keep
It's a
myself
chance.
honest. I'm gonna
Let's
make this
go.
a public role. Okay, I'm gonna keep myself honest.
Let's
Doing
Do it
this.
up, fam.
Doing this. Okay.
I would imagine it's got good
Come on,
reflexes, but it
roll
is a
higher
giant
than
thing, so
5.
probably not. Who knows?
Yeah.
You can do it.
Oh my god! Wait, it's only got a +5.
I meant to say higher than
Yeah,
10.
DC 15.
Ah.
Oh, I needed an
It's
average
entangled.
roll. Oh no.
He's
Oh, he's entangled. Let's go. Which and
Four.
for
4 rounds.
4 rounds.
and refresher on entangled. Entangled is like a reduction to its dex, and it has reduced mobility.
I think it can't move unless it breaks free. Let's get pulling it up here. Whoops.
But I think it has an effective reduction to AC, right? So it's got a lower than normal.
Characters ensnared being entangled impedes movement, but does not entirely prevent it unless the bonds are anchored to an immovable object. An entangled creature moves at half speed, cannot run or charge, takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls and a -4 penalty on dexterity. An entangled character attempts to cast the spell, doesn't matter.
Shee.
Yeah.
Shee. Oh boy. Okay, so now
Okay.
like he can move at half
And
speed
I'm
before
offensive
really
AC.
carefully. Now he can't even do that. And the poor boy's got 4 rounds of just butthurt, gooped.
I'm taking a 5-foot step to move forward.
He's goopy.
You use a free action, and I'm going to call it a bucket of bolts.
All right. Free action. Call it a bucket of bolts, he says. Listen here. Did that. There we go. Entangled. So that should hopefully actually do what it's supposed to do. Does that actually do anything to its character sheet? I don't think so.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, it does. Ha ha. Love to see it.
Nice.
Yeah, that is a handy-dandy little thing.
Okay, rules clarification. If something requires a move action, but you've already used your move action, can you not do it, or could you use your standard in place of it?
Standard in place of it, because you can take 2 move actions, right?
Yeah,
you can
take
use your
2
standard in
actions
place of
in it.
it.
Yeah, you can use your standard in place of a move, but you can't. You
Yeah.
obviously can't go the other way.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So in theory, you could make 2 move action equivalents in place of a standard and a move.
Totally.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I found an interesting
You guys
piece
are
of
gonna
text, and I
bully
think it's my
him.
turn, right?
That's what I'm hearing. You're bullying my poor pet spider. That has done absolutely nothing wrong
I've already
to you
started.
guys, ever.
My brother in Christ, the bullying's about to
Except
get way
almost
worse.
kill Morgan.
Absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah.
My brother in Christ, the bullying's about to get worse.
Elden's
Is it?
turn.
It's Elden's
Oh.
go. Sorry, is Tazek done?
That's
Okay.
done, yeah.
Okay. So, as before, move action, shift the cloud, do a roll.
Do a barrel roll.
That is 13 electrical damage with a DC 18 for half.
And Buddy is like reflex starved at the moment.
Oh yeah, the -4 dex be hurt.
Oh, dude, that hurts.
Let's go. The dex penalty. That dex penalty was
Oh, was that
massive.
13 damage?
That dex penalty is massive. And then for my standard action, brother, if you could make me another one of those tokens, I'm gonna put another cloud on them because I happened to read the text and realize it doesn't say you can only have one.
That's great.
That's correct.
So he's gonna take from the second cloud another 3d6. That's another 11.
So
with DC.
average, and I love it. Average is good.
Oh,
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 Out of here.
oh.
Another 11. And Eldon is again going to 5-foot step to the right, and that
Yes,
will
you guys see
be
his
his
face.
turn. No, I can't. I
This is
actually
what
I lost everyone's video a
disappointment
long
looks
time
like.
ago.
This
I lost
the
everyone's
pride
videos so
in my
long ago.
players.
It's okay. You'll be able to watch the VOD back again and watch Dio.
I'm gonna have to watch the VOD and watch all his reactions to everything I'm doing.
The tears aren't
Dude,
flowing
what
yet.
is this
We gotta keep
aggressive
going.
thundercloud? Is
The
filthy.
tears are next turn. Don't worry. The tears are next turn. Don't even worry. It's really great in a place where the creature's not moving.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest.
That it can't move. He basically stun blocked the boss.
This isn't the first time this has happened.
It seems to be our MO at this point. We kind of did. It seems to be our MO at this point. We did it to plug too.
The boss.
It's true. I love that Dio's philosophy is probably like, oh yeah, these can't get intimidated. It's great.
We're just like, fine.
get a
Here's
turn.
grease, entangling, and thunderclouds. What do you do about it?
Yeah. Right. It's a beautiful 1, 2, 3 that we did not at all
know.
practice.
No
That's-
plan for it.
that's
No
what's
coordination.
Throwing me right now.
There was
This
no
just
plan.
happened. Man's gonna drop a third thundercloud on his next turn.
No. Because I
Okay,
can only move
okay.
2 of them.
Yeah.
It takes a move action to move them. So in order to trigger them, I would have to move
Okay.
both of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, there's an argument because it says it says the sphere moves as long as you actively direct it. Otherwise, it stays at rest
wait,
and
hold
crackles with lightning.
For
It says it has if it enters a space that
one
contains
round
a
per
creature.
level. So that first one should be dissipating on your next turn.
I cast it on the first one. It's only been
Okay,
around now for 2
right.
rounds. I've only rolled it. I've rolled it 3 times.
Mhm.
So it's got 2 more rolls, and the other one now has 4 more rolls.
What have I done? Oh, you guys are too powerful.
I'm thinking you're in trouble
Quint.
with average damage, my brother.
Quint.
You wanted to pull your punches. And oh, believe me, it could still go bad. You're just rolling slightly bad.
This is
All right. Well, Quint sees how handily everyone is working on this spider thing. Sees Morgan is in a very bad state, and Tazig, you're only 2 down, right?
So I heal Tazak.
Yes,
Okay.
I am 3 down. I'm at 27.
Yeah,
I'm good.
exactly. Cool. Sounds good. Yeah. Cool. So I think everyone else is doing pretty all right. So Morgan, you regain 5 HP. And Quint, you see he takes 5 more damage. So I would imagine you feel maybe closer to your shoulder. Some of these lacerations that have managed to like horribly bruise your flesh, and in some places like straight up break the skin. You feel it kind of knit back together, and it itches in a strangely satisfying way because where the itch is, it almost matches the intensity of the pain in a very almost like scratching a mosquito bite, and the pain kind of helps you kind of stay focused. So Quint, I am now. So Quint, when he kind of stepped up earlier, he actually kind of got into range of it. Whoops. And I'm assuming there isn't enough space for him to kind of squeeze into the corner there. He could 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, I was going to do something cool, but instead I'm just going to... I can occupy an ally space, right? I just can't end my
You
turn?
can pass through an
Or
ally
do they
space.
count as
You
difficult
can't-
terrain?
You can't.
Okay.
Unless you're
Yeah.
like whatever the smaller than small is, tiny. Yeah.
Tiny. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, sounds good. And I got this wrong last time, actually. I forgot. I think you can make an acrobatics check just to avoid an AOO. It's just very unlikely to succeed. So Quint's gonna try it. He will.
I think it's an acrobatics to move at half speed without provoking for your whole movement.
You're right. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. 5, 10. I think I kind of have to do that. Yeah. No, that's a lot of stupid shit. Sorry, I positioned pretty poorly. So
You can
Quint-
withdraw,
yeah, I could.
and that allows you to just escape the first AOO and then hug the wall.
Yeah, and a withdrawal would be a standard action, right?
Full round. I
Full round.
think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be necessary, but I don't like how Morgan's looking. And if I attempt to cast right now, that would provoke an AOO. So that's pretty bad.
You'd have to
as well.
cast defensively. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, I'm misthinking it. I would just lose the spell. So Sorry, this is taking a long time. Quint is going to move acrobatically. So he's going to kind of occupy Eldon's space there. He's going to move 5 feet into that corner. I'm going to make an acrobatics check. I have no idea what the DC is, but I'll figure that out momentarily. It's probably going to be based on the spider.
Acrobatics to avoid an AOO.
Yes.
I think
It's not as high.
It might not be. It might be a static DC, actually. Or it might have a bonus based on the creature. I can't remember. I think it's 15 plus something.
Oh, natty 19.
Yeah,
It's
it might be
against
good
CMD.
enough.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, probably not good enough.
With reduced dex though, the CMD is down.
So with your 22,
Mhm.
with your 22, he takes a swing at you.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, that hits. So Quinn takes 13 damage. That is savage.
Can I roll a natural 20, please? Just one.
My
No, no,
character
no,
sheet
no,
said
no,
that's
no,
I
no,
know it's
no,
got
no.
10 damage so far.
Blood.
13 minus 20.
We
No,
don't
no,
do
no,
that
no,
here.
no. No, no, no.
Oh yeah.
No, please.
Oof. Oh, that was rough. Ugh. Okay, he's gonna continue on his merry way.
Oof, ouch, owie, my bones.
Now, sadly, actually, that's all he can move because it's half speed. So, shit. I really wanted to help Morgan, and I don't think I can because I don't think I planned this out properly. So Quint will continue moving with a second move action to get kind of beside Morg. So whoa, hello. That's not
Quint
what I wanted.
leaves.
So in future rounds, I'm within reaching distance, hopefully. And as a swift action, Quint's gonna quickly grab one of his little leather satchels, and without even taking the time to pinch anything out, he just and he's gonna more or less lay on hands himself as a
Alright.
swift action, regaining grand total of an amount. And that would be Quint's turn.
Morgan.
Sorry, Morgan.
You just had more than half your HP knocked off the face of the earth by this creature in a single turn. How are you feeling?
Not confident. Not confident.
Quint regains 10 HP.
Um,
I mean, if Morgan takes a whack at it then moves, then it's only Tazik is in the line of fire.
which way would she move though? Unless she like leaves the
You can do a
room.
5 foot.
Yeah, if you 5-foot step diagonally to here, you're out of range if you wanted to take a breather.
Yeah, you can do either. You can do out
brave
or
bullet.
here.
Step in.
I think
Ugh.
Tazik might actually.
Oh boy.
That is very
Um,
brave, boy. Oh, also, I was thinking about this. I have +1 caster level on aggressive thundercloud, so it's actually
Right.
one extra round on both than we would have thought. So we've got 5 more rolls on the new one and 3 more rolls on the first one. There's 8 more rolls of aggressive thundercloud if we can stall long enough. Ain't that a hell of a spell when you're in an enclosed room?
This is good.
Good spell.
It's a hell of a, it's a hell of a
It's a
spell
hell
when
of-
we lock it down.
It's a hell of a spell when it can't go anywhere.
How much?
Yeah.
Wait, how much longer on
It's
your
also
grease?
great for it. The clouds
Minutes per
grease is
level.
minutes, so it'll be 4 minutes. It'll be there.
I think it's 3 more rounds for the entangle.
Oh goodness. Oh, this.
So he's taking 66 plus 6 for 3 more rounds unless he can move out of the clouds. Which the clouds have a fly speed of 20 feet with perfect maneuverability.
Hey, okay, guys. Game's
And
over.
he's got to get
we'll
out
go
of the
home.
grease, and he's entangled.
Okay, so Morgan, what are you up to today? Morgan, did we lose you?
No, I'm here. I had a feeling it was gonna go down this
Listen,
way. As soon as I figured out what it was.
listen, if you guys want some insider knowledge, there's an opportunity to have an epic brave boy moment here. there's also opportunity to epically fail a brave boy moment. So
That is a thing.
I think the DM is telling you to run out of the room
as
at full
fast as you
speed.
can.
Yeah. I think that is exactly what Morgan is going to do because she is way in over her head.
Now, I hate to be that guy again, but could she 5-foot step because she has to crawl
can't
under the
5-foot
gate? She
step out
can't
of the
5-foot
gate.
step into difficult terrain. So she
Would.
would provoke trying to leave.
Disengage, maybe?
Unless
Actually, withdraw would prevent the attack.
now
on
that is
first
assuming that
square.
this thing has combat reflexes,
But
though.
I don't think you can.
Wait a minute. I'm so challenged. Oh no, never mind. I'm never mind. Never mind. Ignore me.
But you can't withdraw into
Nope.
difficult terrain either, can you? Yeah. So she would have to take an attack
That's
to get
assuming
under
he has
the
combat
gate.
reflexes. Because you already
Assuming he has combat reflexes, he already attacked Quint. That's true. I don't know. Morgan's up to you if you want to take that chance. Nobody learned enough about it.
Mm-hmm. Though your last time you hit it, it seemed to do something cool. As our DM may be hinting, it seemed to reveal some of its underbelly.
Doesn't say
Chink in
anything
its
about
armor.
withdrawing
Can you
and
withdraw into difficult terrain?
difficult
I
terrain.
would assume you couldn't.
Just says withdrawing from melee combat is a full round action. With your withdrawal, you can move up to double your movement speed. Square you start out in is not considered threatened by any opponent you see. Therefore, visible enemies do not get attacks of opportunity against you when you move from that square. Invisible enemies, yada yada yada. You can't withdraw from combat if you're blinded. You can't take a 5-foot step during the same round in which you withdraw. If you do, the process of withdrawing, you move enough threatened square other than the one you started in, enemies get attack of opportunity as normal. You may not withdraw using a form of movement. You do not have a listed speed, so you can withdraw with like swim. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, so
Those
it
are the
still
only
has the
restrictions
effects
in
of so you can only move half your speed in difficult terrain still. So you can withdraw into difficult terrain
Right.
Yeah.
So she get to spend 10 feet to go under
and
the
then
door.
has
and
her
then
the rest of her movement
after
to
that.
escape as she sees fit.
Yeah, you'd probably still have like
Yeah.
50 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be the call I make is try to escape this thing.
You can still take aim with your
Right.
pistol.
Wait, can I as I'm escaping?
Well, no, but
No.
future
Yes.
rounds as you're slowly recovering.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, she could probably almost get up to the top mezzanine this time.
She's only got 40 feet, right?
Yeah, because full plate.
Because Corsair doesn't have the
yep.
armor training thing, so she doesn't have the increased movement,
Yeah, no.
Totally.
which I think you don't get until 7th level anyway for heavy armor.
If I survive.
So she can get 20 feet. So she could get 10 feet through the door, and then she could get to basically the Y.
15,
Yeah.
20, 15.
Or yeah, actually with her first movement, she could get to the Y, and then yeah, to the part way up the stairs with the second half.
Yeah.
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 I
Fair enough.
think it's probably a good call to get out of the room, though.
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
taking 31 damage in one turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also bravely run away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Live to fight another day. Hopefully. Maybe.
Ideally.
Okay, yeah. That's I think Morgan's getting the heck out of
Okay.
there.
If I survive, I may actually need to get a house ruling on
If you
something.
survive, how much HP do you have? Oh.
27.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same, brother.
I'm
Same.
very happy because my hope is it doesn't hit.
Same. Well, it's got a -2 from Dex, but also from
Yes.
attacks. So it's actually pretty heavily. If it's
That's the thing,
finesse,
if it's
pretty
finesse,
heavily.
I'm assuming it's strength.
I assume it's not. Yeah, I assume it's
But
not.
it gets a -2 to attack, which is a big help considering it has like a +10 to attack.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Okay.
Morgan, you're
Is there
leaving the room?
anything
So you just
Yeah.
make your movement, but keep in mind passing through the
Alright.
gate costs 10 squares, costs 10 feet of movement, so you can only move 2 squares past that.
Yeah, no problem.
And then
And then more. But
that's
you
it's
get
a
double
withdrawal as a
movement
double
for
move.
withdraw.
That'd be 10,
Oh,
so 6
30
squares total.
Yeah, so she can get basically to
30
here is what
feet.
Tazik and I were measuring.
There you go.
Okay.
So you can get to the stairs if you wanted to go up top, or if you want to stay close, you could just hang out near the Y and spend that action getting a weapon out or putting a weapon
we
away,
can just
or
go
whatever you want
loot
to
the
do.
tables and run.
We cleared the tables. We already shoveled all
remember
them
the
into her
cluster.
bag. She's got them
Yeah.
all. She
There-
could just leave. Oh
There's
yeah,
the
the
last
last
room
table.
up here we haven't touched.
That's right. That's true.
I think
One
she's
room
just
we
gonna
didn't-
hang out like around the corner for now.
Pop out and shoot it with your pistol.
Yeah.
Cool. So now it's Spider Boy's turn.
Yeah.
All right.
I do regret leaving Tazik there.
Well, hopefully your regret doesn't last much longer. As you guys notice that the creature has started to spew smoke coming out of like all of its like orifices, and it's like you hear some gears grinding, and this creature does not sound very good as it takes a very delicate step forward with its claws reaching out to Tazik,
Oh boy.
and then its body collapses into a heap of garbage and refuse. Tazik, can I get a reflex save from you?
Oh, yes, please.
As a literal tidal wave of garbage comes flying at your face.
Yeah. I like reflex saves. I will
Just
happily
Tazik.
do it.
All right, just Tazik. Let's go.
That's a 9 for a 21.
9 for a 21.
Jesus.
That's beautiful to see, which means you manage to avoid the worst of it as you take half of whatever this roll is. So 8 damage.
15 and a half would be 7.
7. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Round.
No worries.
Yeah.
Math.
Math is hard.
Math is so hard.
And yeah, the creature is, how do we put this, incapacitated.
Yeah. It is an X-spider.
Morgan, maybe take a few more seconds out there, but I think your last blow did it.
Well,
Morgan just peeks up from around the corner. I need a bigger gun after this.
the spider has returned
We'll
to the
talk.
conditions of which you have found it. What do you do?
I loot the body.
As lame as this sounds, every 6 seconds you do see like you guys are feeling a little better as Quint is kind of like more doubled over, but
Tazik is gonna burn.
he has an expression of pain, but there's clearly some undertone of devotion somewhere.
Oh, Tazik's gonna get +4, and then I'll get +5, and that'll be...
Eldon,
No joke. Yeah, like if you message me your HPs, I can do the math and let you know what it would look like over the span of.
I was 20, and then I healed
Okay.
4, so was at 24, and then he would have healed me by 5.
Cool.
That's
Okay.
an easy one.
So I'll take 5. Cool. And Morgan, you heal 20, and Quinn's gonna take 20.
I'm gonna say we're gonna huddle around for a little bit first, and my mutagen and enlarged tail would wear off.
Are we? Yeah, I was gonna say, how are we out of initiative? Like, are we dropped combat? We're actually just like spending time now.
I would assume so. Is that what you guys are doing?
Unless there's something else trying to kill us.
That
No,
is
it's
to
just-
say,
That was more a
over the
DM
next
question.
10 seconds. Does
Nothing
anything
jumps out
jump
at you and
kill
kills.
us?
Right, like Eldon is examining
30
corpses
swarms of
viciously.
spiders emerge out of the ground.
Yeah. 25 to see if I can loot anything good.
Eldon actually, because he's got some time left on his clouds, Eldon's gonna look for any kind of core or whatever was in the abdomen of the spider that was kind of that metal. You talk about like a metal cage or
everything
something.
about the spider. Pardon me for explaining things poorly, but no, there was no like actual core to it. It was just like wood wrapped in, or metal wrapped in wood was kind of what. Yeah. So most of its
I see.
innards were metal, but like the woodens were
Alright,
on the
cool.
outside.
I got you.
So no actual core there.
Cool. All right.
No brainer.
Just in case, Eldon is going to look for any of the large pieces that are left looking relatively intact, and just for whatever duration is left, hover the clouds around those, merge them together into a bigger cloud, and just like leave it sitting over all the big parts, just shocking it for a couple turns to make sure. Because Eldon is.
Man, why do I let Z at my table? As you start zapping the thing with lightning over the course of the next few seconds, you do start hearing metal crackling and wood burning, and you feel like the skin on the edge, like the hairs on your arm, start to calm down a little bit as you actually kill the spider, and it doesn't.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because like I was gonna make you roll for it, but if you have 5 rounds of it, average damage is like roughly twice the amount of health he had left. So
Yeah, you were getting 8 more rolls of 3d6 plus.
He
2.
had 26 health left. So I think on next turn anyway, he probably was going to be mostly toast between whatever Tazik has cooking and you had cooking. So I was like, let's see if I can bluff my way out of this.
So here, just for fun.
With
Casual, easy peasy.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys
There we
are
go.
looting the spider
Marked.
and feeling good about yourselves, it's really just a ton of crap. There isn't anything there worth real mentioning. You probably scrounge up together roughly 400 gold worth of items, but none of it's particularly good or anything of any noteworthy quality.
Yeah, fair enough.
Spider debris.
Go back and check on the prisoner and
400 gold
Here
worth of
for the
spider
record,
debris.
here is what just happened there. Oh, no, it just says special attack. Oh,
Yeah.
doesn't actually say what it does.
Cool.
I'm thinking you can go inside of it, and like if you go into the ability inside the use, there's like another descriptor 1 level deeper or 1 level out, one way or the other. The description is tied to a different, like there's 2 different use dice. There's one at the ability level and one at the use level. Yeah. There it is.
Wow, that was great.
Tricksy.
My hope was we were like, oh look,
Tricksy.
poor guy, let's go see him. But nah, I knew I couldn't get pulled fast one on it. It was like there's a 6% chance this will work. So let's see. I think at most my other option was just full attack Tazik and probably knock him unconscious, and that was it.
I mean, possibly.
Actually, with your 22, just for fun, just
That's the
for the
thing.
hell of it, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
A 1 and a 7.
Yeah. Like I said, possibly.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
I
the
would have got
bite.
me, but I wouldn't have killed
Yeah.
me.
So, all right, guys, let's take a quick break then. Let's do a quick
Sounds good.
5-er.
Yep.
Or 10 minutes. Let's say 9:05. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
dude.
Sounds good.
See you soon.
Do-do.
150 feet of wind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
that's-
okay, hold on.
It's okay. I have like a kilometer range on a cannon. It's
To be
fine.
fair, they're supposed to be an apocalypse event. You're not really
You can't
supposed to kill them.
They like respawn
I mean-
after like a day or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to plane shift them out of the way. Like this is somebody else's problem,
Yeah.
not mine. Just
There's
zoop
something here that
gone.
I wonder if we could out. Okay, new plan. We we knock the Trask unconscious and then just teleport it into Cheliax.
Actually, that was a thing.
That
did
solves that is
happen.
that is a two problems with
But
one
for
solution.
some reason, at some point, somebody told me Tarasques are immune to teleportation, and I'm trying to figure out
They might
why
be.
that is because I'm not seeing any.
Probably just the magic immunity.
There's no
I
magic.
thought the
immunity.
gods were like.
They don't
Yeah.
have magic immunity in Pathfinder.
It could.
Gotcha.
It
I
I
could
thought
be
the
fifth
gods
edition,
officially
that's
like
throwing
tried
me
to,
here.
but they couldn't.
It is.
Yeah, they are slightly different.
Yeah. Because Pathfinder lore, the gods created basically the Tarrasque, and it is impossible to kill. And if I remember correctly, 5e lore is like they're just a species of creatures.
Mm. Oh, it has plus 57 to grapple.
To grapple.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess doesn't it need that
Yeah.
for swallow whole?
Mm.
Or no, swallow hole's automatic.
I think if
right?
it hits you with its bite attack. If a
Yes.
creature with a special attack begins its turn with an opponent grappled in its mouth, it can attempt a new combat maneuver check
so it
to swallow them, essentially.
right. So it's the bite. The bite has grab, which means it gets a free grapple when it hits with the bite, which is at a +4 because of grab. And then if it succeeds at that grapple, it swallows you whole, which is 66 plus 22 plus 66 acid.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Sure.
love Archives of Nurath.
Joy.
What is
This makes me happy. Oh yeah,
Bro, the spines are crazy.
yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, because it's God Spawn, it can just sleep off whatever damage you do to it. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Godspawn can
Yep.
sleep for years, decades, or even centuries and do not need to eat or breathe during these periods of dormancy. If a Godspawn is forced
Yep.
into an environment where it cannot breathe and would suffocate, it goes into hibernation until conditions are right to reawaken. While in hibernation, a Godspawn's DR improves to 50 epic. It gains immunity to any spell or spell-like ability that allows spell resistance, as well as all divination effects.
Yep.
Catapulted in
That's
space.
Really, yeah. This is why we
In
make
a few
it
thousand
go
years, it'll
somewhere
come
else.
back.
You can't get rid of it.
All-
It just
Yeah.
becomes
all-
not our problem. We send
All
it somewhere
Godspawn
else.
possess regeneration, and no form of attack can suppress this regeneration. They regenerate even if disintegrated or slain by a death effect. If a Godspawn fails a save against an effect that would kill it instantly, it rises from death 3 rounds later with 1 hit point. If no further damage is dealt to its remains, it can be banished or otherwise transported as a means to save a region, but a method to kill a Godspawn has yet to be discovered.
Yeah. Plane shift.
Even the
We make it
We
someone
send it
else's
to the
problem. That's the
moon.
only way.
yeah. Now, if I remember correctly, in my
Tonight,
Pathfinder
we
lore,
steal
like the gods
the moon!
themselves tried to kill the Trask, and it didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. They said,
Makes
"Oh
sense.
shit, we made a
Yeah.
boo boo." Control Alt Delete. Control Alt Delete, and it
Stop,
said,
it can
yeah,
always
Yeah, Control Z, Control Z. God, why isn't this working?
Yeah, a Godspawn can always charge, even if its movement is impeded or its path is blocked. It receives a +20 racial bonus on combat maneuver checks to overrun, and strength checks to break or destroy objects, and it can make one such check as a free action as part of a charge. In addition, the natural weapons ignore all forms of DR and hardness. Well, yeah,
This
I mean,
thing's
it's
colossal.
gigantic, to be fair.
Hey, it's colossal.
Which, by the way, the Godspawn subtyping wasn't added until until Inner Sea Gods. In the initial bestiary printing, it's
Yeah.
not a Godspawn. It's just
Yeah.
a magical beast.
Which
Oh, it's got a frightful presence too, which is kind of a
that's
bitch.
True.
Yeah,
Frightful presence
yeah.
hurts.
It has a 300-foot frightful
Yep.
presence. My brother in Christ.
Oh yeah.
DC
Pretty
27.
Oh yeah.
We're getting terrified just reading its stats.
Yeah,
That
like,
seems pretty.
DC 27. I'm pretty sure Eldon is scared just thinking about this thing's existence.
Yeah.
There's no
Well,
shot.
as Eldon is thinking about, is letting his mind roam as he's
Waking his
zapping
existential
this
horror.
poor defenseless spider into oblivion with his lightning clouds.
Does Eldon take any psychic damage? Are we going into the insanity mechanics from
From yeah,
Beautiful.
Some horror
Arkham
adventures?
Horror?
why not? Let's do it. Screw it. Y'all wake up in a dank
do
cave
it.
somewhere after having nightmares of some yellow
Yep.
guy wrapping you in his bandages.
Oh nah. Oh nah. Not again.
Save the
Not like
dog
this.
this time.
Do not save the dog. Never save the dog. Also, I'm not playing
Words
a stupid
to live
ranger
by.
again because that guy couldn't freaking Shark Eyes Joe couldn't hit
I like
anything.
Shark Eyes Joe. He did hit something. He hit the
that's
the
it, though.
cultist that.
He hit the guy who was he hit the cultist that surrendered. Yeah, I did be doing that. That's true. That was the
I
only
think-
thing I hit was the guy
Must
who
have been the
surrendered.
wind.
I think I made a brief cameo in this campaign as Beverage.
Yeah, right.
Ever
Yeah.
Trelmont.
Yes, Beverage Trelmont. right at
OC,
the
don't
end.
steal.
Yes.
Like completely original character.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you have a dead spider, about 400 gold worth of crap, and an old guy. Take it away.
Eldon, you mind cleaning up some of this blood real quick? Quint starts like taking off some of his over jacket, and you see, sure enough, like a lot of his undershirt is like kind of covered in blood, but you don't see any wounds there, at least not anymore. It seems like in the interim, over the past like 20 odd seconds, while Quint was horfing down some kind of nose candy, seems to be doing
No, the
doing
correct
something.
answer is it's not Quint's blood.
Nice.
Yes, that's
Not my
no,
blood.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
no,
might-
yeah.
thank
I
you.
got you. I got you. Prestidigitation, and I'll look kind of, sift all the blood off and clean him up a little bit. Look at myself, like, okay, I'm good. Morgan's probably got some blood on her underclothes. Kind of sift off that blood, make her clean up a little bit. Tazik's looking fine. We're good. Clean everybody up a little bit. All right, presentable. Now, who's the guy in the cage?
There's nothing wrong with being covered in blood. I just hate when I blink and my eyelids get stuck together.
That's official. That's an image. All right. Well, standing or huddled in the cave, or in the cage, in the cell, in the darkest part of the cell, you see this man who's come to a little bit more of life after being offered some water by Tazik. And there's this raspy voice comes through the cage and says, "What do you want?"
Well,
I believe before he asked for water, Tazik, you were showing him the letter,
Yes,
correct?
Yeah, I held it out for him. Granted, it would have looked at like a shopping list unless he was our person in question.
And he eyes the letter this time, and you see him take a shaky step forward. And as he reaches his hands through the bars, show it to me.
I will just hand it to him.
Yeah, and you see him kind of peer down at the letter there, and he stares at it. You sunk the ship.
Aye, we did.
And
An interesting story.
he looks at you, eyeing each one of you in turn. You feel his gaze just like pierce into your soul. Like he's not looking at you. He's looking in you, sort of deal, right? You sunk my ship.
We sunk a ship.
We sunk a ship. Not knowing it belonged to anyone other than those that were on it.
Yeah, and you see him pondering your words for a second, and he grabs the cell door and just kind of like swings it open. Door was unlocked, and he steps past Quint. And as you guys like, as he steps out into the better light, you do see this man as he's not looking too bad. His clothes definitely looking a little dusty, like he's been huddled up in that cell for a while. And he stretches, and you guys hear his bones crack, and his you see the thinness of his dehydrated skin. You can like see all the veins like pulsing ever so slowly in his body. And he looks at you, Eldon, and he says, "Who was on it?"
Barnabas Harrington, is that what it was?
Harrigan, I think.
The full name?
Harrigan.
Harrigan.
I'm
Barnabas
gonna have to change that
Harrigan.
to something that isn't copyright, but that's something we'll pass on later on. Barnabas. And you see him kind of think for a second. Good a name as any. And he looks at the remains of the spider and kind of crouches down, and you see him actually kind of like prod a piece of metal there that the hilt of a sword, and he smirks to himself as he drags it out, and it's just the hilt. The rest of the sword is missing, and you see him kind of frown a little bit there, but it doesn't stop him from sliding the hilt into its sheath. Well, you came for me. Why?
Said you needed help. Also promised a reward. That does help.
Right. And you see him just kind of like take a few steps there. He's more just like in his own world here. And
Not saying we don't have kindness in our hearts, but a little gold goes a long way.
And in fact, it looks like you haven't eaten in quite some time. I'm sure I could wrestle something up for you.
Starts digging through his pack.
he stops and
How do you feel about salmon jerky?
he touches his fingers to like what little remains of the grease. As I'm imagining the magic is slowly evaporating, and runs it through his fingers, and you see him. He looks at each and every one of you. Names. What are your names?
Eldon will kind of step forward and tip his head with the bicorn on it. You know, kind of give him a nod and say, Eldon Vetris.
Tazik.
Quint will shrug and kind of bow. He says,
Cook. You can just call me Cook.
Man who knows his place.
Morgan stands kind of at the back.
Morgan, yep.
And she just kind of looks at him, and Morgan Blackheart.
Good, strong names to all of you. Can't say I was expecting a rat to sink the wormwood. Well,
I mean,
what do you want?
he made a mistake of press ganging me onto his ship, and well, don't ever cross a rat when death is on the line.
He kind of stops and he thinks for a sec. Press gang day. Where'd you pick you up?
Aye.
Barrel.
Port Peril.
Yeah. And you see him cough there for a bit. And you guys swear, trick of the light, but like this man, you swear dust goes flying out of his mouth as he's coughing. Right. Well, suppose you want your reward.
That's right. I didn't want to derail conversation of potential monetary fulfillment from potential food.
as he's continuing to dig through his pack.
Why don't we finish whatever task you need before there's any reward?
Well, the task is the reward. And he stops and kind of lets that linger in the air for a few minutes. And now, I would hate to be unkind to my saviors. Would you allow me some time to make myself right?
Take all the time.
No objections here. I think we've got some corners left to explore through here. Make sure we've seen the whole place.
Yeah. Stretch your legs.
You can,
enjoy the
You
taste
can
of
find me
air.
in my room. And he sniffs about the air. I understand you may have already found it. And he looks at Tazek specifically. Didn't touch anything, did you?
I mean, we looked. We didn't take.
Terrible practice for a pirate, that.
Yeah.
And he kind of steps back
Probably some wisdom.
into the back corner there, and you see him just kind of like press a few stones onto a wall there, and a door opens up, and he steps through it.
All right, we have a room to loot.
Yeah. We'll circle back to that in a minute, but the heck back out of here.
Yeah.
All right,
Lord, do I need a drink and a long night's sleep after that?
about 8 hours.
Agreed. 8 hours do wonders.
As the captain individual kind of crawled into this room, Quint then, like from his pack he was rummaging through, he kind of like pulls out some components, mainly the small carved bone, and he kind of points it in the direction of where he went, and he's casting Detect Undead. He's going to be concentrating
And the
on that for
direction
a
that
sec.
Buddy went.
Yeah, that's right. So I was
There
double checking.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Oh, it's okay. I was just looking through it, and and if I concentrate for, it looks like at least 3 rounds, I would know the strength and location if there's undead, even if it's outside of my line of sight. I would discern its direction, but not its
You
exact
don't detect any
location.
undead.
Cool. Quint will kind of hurry, find the others, listen to the sounds of their loud and powerful boot prints against
All right,
stone.
well, as you guys approach this upper level that overlook the cell blocks, I see a perception 16 from Tazek.
Yeah.
All right, you look around the room,
Coming in hot.
and 12 from Eldon. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Classic.
Well, you look around the room, and a 17 from Morgan. Morgan just casually flexing, lowest roll with the highest outcome. Morgan, Tazek, Eldon, you guys all look around the room here, and y'all see much the same thing. On what would that be? That would be the eastern wall. There is a few mounts of weapons there, but they have been rusted and tarnished with time, most of them untouched and not looking in any particularly good shape. They do in a pinch, but you probably wouldn't want to count on them for long, but they're all various shapes and sizes of cutlass by the looks of it. On the table, you do see that there is the remains of another gambling game of some sort. This time, there's a few remains of cards on the table, but one seems to be a little more in better shape than the others, while the rest of them, all the other cards on the table, have just kind of begun to decay away to nothing. And a few gold pieces remain. Not a ton. This is a pretty low odds game, but you can still definitely waffle away about 50 pieces of gold there.
Tazek's just going to go and pick up the playing card. Take a look at it closer.
Excellent. All right. Now, let me just pull something up here. Because you touched the card, right?
As Quint
Where's my will save? Yes, I touched
You
the card.
touched the card.
As Quint comes around the corner, he's still concentrating on Detect Undead, and it can't pierce more than 1 foot of stone. I just double checked. So that's something to keep in mind.
Perfect. All right. Just give me a second here. Actually, let me just do it like this. Perfect. Okay.
Actually,
So, the card that faces you, where'd it go? There it is. Perfect. So you take a look at the card, and it seems to be in pretty good shape, all things considered. There is a bit of a starburst pattern on the back, beautifully intricate, and honestly just like nice piece of artwork, all things considered. And you flip it over, and sitting there facing you is what looks to be a court gesture, smiling at your face.
Curious.
Eldon's gonna kind of take a hard look at the card and cast Detect Magic and see if it anything tingles.
Here?
Kind of sweep across the room, but also take a moment to focus on the card in particular.
2 seconds here. I guess I believe there is a magical aura.
God, the spiders.
Spiders are.
Oh, the spiders.
Oh, they.
This is what I'm thinking.
I just saw one
I don't think I've ever felt
spawn. I was looking at the table and one just like spawned out of where one of the cups were. Oh, that sent me. That sent me.
Maximum immersion.
Uh,
I'm playing in my mother's basement for that maximum
I'm gonna
spider
say-
immersion.
I'm in a basement.
there's a
basement
faint
too. I'm
magical
like,
aura coming
Oh,
off the
yeah.
card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
Right.
Oh,
If I
strong
continue,
aura.
Yeah,
There's
say
a
if I continue
strong
focusing.
aura coming off the card.
A strong aura. Okay. And then let me just double check. Detect Magic goes here. Third round is Strength and Location. So Knowledge Arcana I can do for 15 plus spell level or 15 plus half caster level if it's a non-spell of Knowledge Arcana to figure out the School of Magic. So that is a 22.
So it was half caster level
15 plus half caster
for a
level for a
non-spell
non-spell
effect. Okay,
effect.
so yeah, you don't know what School of Magic this is giving off.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, I did also fail
right.
to describe to you. Sorry, really quick, just going to backpedal here for 2 seconds. On the southernmost wall, there is a very stout, sturdy door with a strong-looking lock on it.
Okay. Ellen's gonna kind of go, Kaz, can I have a look at that card?
Kazik shrugs and hands it to him.
Tear it up.
I'm gonna now Ellen's gonna kind of do some spellcraft and see if we can identify what we're looking at here.
No,
That
15 is not helpful.
That's not
It's
helpful.
a playing card with a strong magical aura.
Suspect. Attaboy.
25. Oh, 25 might actually be enough here. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, what's the wording for spellcraft again? What's
Let's see here.
Craftery.
Spellcraft is it's identifying a magical item. So identify the properties of a magic item using Detect Magic. 15 plus the item's caster
Tazik,
level.
you got no idea what it is either.
Okay.
It's a magical card with a strong aura.
Yeah. I'll take it back from Eldon and put it in a pocket.
Excellent.
Yep.
Could come in handy.
Okay, well, you guys, yeah, so other than that, the room's pretty bare, some crates and whatnot, but the general air of staleness kind of indicates that there's probably some sort of food in there at some point, and might not want to open up.
Well, Quint looks at Morgan, says,
I mean, a few nights' rest will probably do you good. But if you wanted to experience the healing magic of my goddess firsthand, you know how it works. Just needs some kind of feast in her honor.
and then he kind of leans in and says, "You don't actually have to eat rotting garbage. That's just kind of that's like a next level deific thing. If you just wanted to sit down and have some of this." And he kind of pulls out some like dried sausage from his halfling like rations. If you just want to snack on this, that's probably fine.
But remember, if you can provide a fair offering that, if the idea of it gives you pause, because, well, just think, that means it's probably something you've never done before. And the goddess thinks kindly of those who seek out new experiences. It, the thought truly does count.
And then he like pulls out a full like ration and he just kind of leaves it on the table and says,
But, do it at your own pace.
Morgan just kind of looks over at the ration. She looks over at Quint. One step at a time. And she'll kind of grab the ration. And actually, I see there's cups here. Can I do a perception to see if there's maybe any rum
any liquid
and
that was
or
in
port or
this
anything
place
like
has
that?
evaporated long ago.
Ah, darn. Alright.
All right. So Morgan's getting some heals.
Yep.
More or less.
What do I need to roll here?
so nothing. It'll be for me. So basically, Quinn's going to be casting lesser restoration on you to restore a little bit more of that strength damage.
Alright.
Not a 1.
Yeah.
Not a 1. Not a 1.
Exactly.
Let's
2 is good.
C4.
4 is better.
C4.
3 or 4.
3 is also
I'd
good.
like to
Yeah.
burn a hero point and add
Hey!
4 to that. Or 8 to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
D-
right.
That's the D20 rolls.
Well, if it's a luck bonus, it's a +9. Yeah, so you regain 3 points of strength damage, so that's
Nice.
fantastic.
So that
So
puts
you're
you
only
down to
down
minus
essentially
1.
1 right now. Yeah.
Is it 1? I had 5 on here.
You had 5. Yeah, so you're up 3 more. So you're at
2.
minus
So
2.
you're at
minus
minus
one.
2.
Yeah, minus
Yeah,
2.
minus 2
exactly,
is
which
effectively a
equals to a
minus
-1 modifier. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, there we
Yep.
go. I see it. It changed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, the guy and Quinn is like,
Oh, I'm happy to report, based on your appropriately pallid visage, that it seems you're doing something right. I'm happy you're back to the land of the living there, Morgan. Got a little dicey back there.
Morgan's just kind of look at her fingers and just stretching them and telling me.
Tazik's going to look at Eldon and go, do we want to pop this room?
That'll be on you, my friend. But yeah, let's get in there and see what's going on.
Can I borrow your useful tools?
Way ahead of you, buddy.
and you see he already has the tools in his left hand. He hands them over to you, and as he does, he says,
And I like to stack the odds in our favor. And, the princess provides.
gives you guidance.
All right. Could I see a disable device, please?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, as with that 11, as you kneel down and put your hand,
You also get a
there's
+2, so it's an entire 13.
to your disabled
Doesn't-
device. You wrap your hand around the lock there, and you begin to take the thieves' tools in, and something kind of catches you as odd as you're looking into the lock, ready to kind of swivel that little lockpick in there. An eye peers out at you. And just kind of stares at you, and you kind of startle a bit, and you go to drop the lock, but your hand stays stuck fast to it as the knots in the door begin to kind of form into other small, beady eyes staring down and all around the room as you guys have, this should kind of be self.
I don't like you.
Oh,
And
no.
that's where
Oh.
we'll leave it for this week.
Oh,
Well,
no.
what does the listening
they
audience
of course see a
as
door
Tazik?
covered
It's a no.
in eyes staring down at Tazik. And would anyone like to roll? Let's see. I think this is a knowledge arcana for this particular creature. Aberrations. I believe that is actually
Probably.
arcana. Yep.
I'll take a 25.
Ooh.
Let me just double check
Nice.
really quick. No knowledge. I want.
I just need to know how to kill it.
Well, with your 25, you might actually learn some useful information on how to kill a mimic. Aberrations is actually dungeoneering.
You're right.
Ah.
Yeah.
Dungeoneering.
It's knowledge, dungeoneering.
It's actually one that I don't have yet.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
knowledge
I always
local.
think
That's
that
it.
next turn.
Nope.
But
Yeah, Dungeoneering's a real good one when you're
Yeah.
facing your first ever mimic.
yeah,
And I can attempt it. I do have a +1 to it. I just
Oh,
don't
if
have
you
a
don't have a
rank in
rank in
it.
it, then it's
Yeah,
still a 10.
Yeah, you can get up to
It
10.
maxes
I
out
think
at
it
10, which
maxes
is
out
not
at
enough
10.
to really get any sort of information on what
Okay,
this is.
so yeah.
So we'll call it here for the week, guys.
yeah. Learned it is a
Congratulations,
mimic.
Ooh,
you guys
yeah.
beat the spider,
Okay.
and now you have the actual hard fight to deal with.
Yep.
Yeah, after most of our resources are done.
To be fair, I had envisioned you guys fighting this thing before you fought the spider, so you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see how this goes.
I think you guys will be fine.
I got some juice left.
Probably.
I got some juice left.
Yep. We got spell slots at the wazoo in this
True.
party.
Yeah. I still have tricks. I just don't have much other than like just flat damage.
Which, hey, this thing might not resist as much flat damage. You might be able to just do flat damage here.
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever met a mimic that has DR.
Exactly.
It's probably easy to hit too.
Big old door.
Big old door.
Yeah, these things aren't notorious for their
Mhm.
ridiculous AC or anything. Like, mimics
Does anyone have open close?
mimics aren't known for being one of those creatures that kind of show you that the CR system is a little bugged.
It's okay.
Janky. But yeah,
I don't
we'll
need
see you
AC
guys
to
next
burn it.
week. Bye-bye.